Hey guys, and we're back with another video of JavaScript mining versus traditional advertising. So let's start off with what is the pros and cons of JavaScript mining. Well, the pros is that it's pretty consistent. I mean consistent in the manner that a user visits your page and you get some hashes for it. Another pro is it doesn't disrupt your content. So what I mean by this is that ads pop up in your blog and they will separate paragraphs and do all sorts of things. Some of the cons to JavaScript mining currently is that the markets are unstable. Your current cryptocurrency could be fluctuating quite considerably, and that will then change your profits. The next con is it is currently frowned upon. It is a really bad public image because a lot of people try and run it hidden to try and make it last longer. If you go over to my site right now, the link is in the description, you'll see it pop up at the bottom of the page and you have the controls to stop, start it, and I believe you might have the chance to set the throttle. I don't actually know. So another con is that it doesn't work on some devices. I have noticed this checking through my analytics. I have some devices turn up and the script will not be deployed to them. I'm guessing this is a safety feature after the recent news bulletin that an iPhone burst into flames after JavaScript mining was left on it. So let's move on to our traditional advertising pros and cons. So a pro is you get paid in a stable currency. So I get paid in GBP, Great British Pounds, and that is pretty stable. It's not, it's not like a rock, but it's stable. It's more stable than a cryptocurrency anyway. Another pro is that ads are targeted to users. Now this can be a pro and a con if you're just bought something. And you've been shopping around, you might be getting a nude, you might not. This does not slow your browser down. One of the cons I missed out, I believe, on the last slide was the fact that it slows your... Nope, I didn't put it on there. So JavaScript mining will slow the device down, where traditional advertising does not slow down your browser. So one of the cons, price per ad and price per impression varies quite a lot depending on the content you've got and the number of visitors you've got and things like that. The content can be disruptive, so the ads can be disruptive to your content, like I said earlier, and they can and are commonly blocked by a considerable number of people, meaning that your revenue goes considerably far down. So we're going to move on to the actual code for the JavaScript miner. Now this is a screenshot of the Coinhive website, and as you can see, the miner is actually really basic if you intend to run it as a UI. However, majority of people run it as a hidden or not visible mining script, which is also an option, but I personally find that deceiving. So that's the script. It's pretty simple. You can get a WordPress plugin, which is what I'm using. I believe it automatically disables mobile devices though. So here is the dash for my Coinhive account. As you can see, I have 2 million hashes. That is over 30 days. So how much is 0.0009 actually worth? So I did do it here. So in Great British Pounds, that is 2 pence. So for a month, it's not really great. However, I have not had the greatest month of traffic. Probably not made any better by the fact that I have made it obvious to the users what I'm doing, and the fact that they can stop the miner at any point, which is probably why people are running it hidden. So we'll move on to traditional advertising. This is the screen. This is how much Monero is currently worth, which is the cryptocurrency you mine using Coinhive per coin. It has been up and down for the last few days, so this price probably has changed by the time you guys see this. So we're moving on to the traditional advertising, and I'm not going to mention the name of the advertiser, but well, it's quite obvious, really quite obvious, as it's written on the page. But this is my advertising dash for this month, and so I've made 10 pence so far in the month, which isn't actually how much I've made this month, because this resets on the first day of each month. So I actually went back and checked. I made 7 pence in the days leading up to the end of the month. So it's actually 17p I've made from advertising. And thanks to the fact that YouTube is no longer going to be, the partnership program is no longer be offered to people who have less than 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, my current advertising revenue is going to plummet. But we'll see what we'll have to do for that. So advertising is, using a traditional advertiser is actually really easy. You just sign up and you embed a small piece of JavaScript again in your page, and away you go, sort of thing. So the major price difference, 2 pence versus 17, it's quite considerable price difference. However, obviously I've been running it as visible, not to mention I haven't been actually running it with all of the different types of monetization that Coinhive offers. So in my personal opinion, traditional advertising versus cryptocurrency mining in JavaScript, I personally would stick with the traditional advertising for now, but I can see cryptocurrency mining becoming much more of a thing, especially if you have a high traffic rate. Advertising on high traffic websites can be hit or miss depending on the content you posted, and being that Coinhive is not content responsive, so it doesn't change due to the content posted, I could see it being more profitable if you run something that isn't like, so the content that would be doing better as advertising would be things where something is for sale. Quite simply, if something is for sale, then traditional advertising is going to beat mining hands down. If something is not for sale, so something that's open source or it's an opinion, something like that, it's, something, a content where you wouldn't have anything to sell, pretty much. That's when I can see JavaScript mining actually becoming much more profitable, because the ads you're likely to get shown for content where there isn't a great deal of advertising content for would mean that you would get paid really badly for it, probably really badly. I've done content before where I've done content on spam phone calls, and the average is like less than a penny, or it's a penny per ad clicked, and you don't even want to know how much it is for an impression because it's really not worth it. So on content like that, I could see JavaScript mining becoming more of a useful tool in monetization. However, with it blocking mobile devices for safety reasons, I would have to do a trial run and see exactly how it worked. Whether it blocked all mobile devices or whether it blocked particular mobile devices, and whether their mobile devices even give you a great deal of hashes or not. So that's my personal experience, and I hope it's been informative. Like I said earlier, that the YouTube is changing their partnership program. So if you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, please subscribe. It does mean an absolute lot to me, because they're just going to cut all small YouTube channels pretty much. So if you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, so you get a notification if you enjoyed the content. Don't forget where that like button is, and until next time.